Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue more with the G1 Climax 30. So, as you all know, we already started with the first 2 days. This is the third and fourth day of the G1 continuation. So, I'm going to do with the A block and the B block. We'll see who won their matches, and I'll give you guys the score point before we end the whole thing. So, all of that is on Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things pro wrestling from AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, many promotions, matches, wrestlers, and championships. I'm your host, J-Rod here. So, as you all know now, we're continuation with the G1 Climax. So, if you guys are new to this, and I hope you guys can catch up from the previous episode. But right now, we're going to continue on what happened for this, for the last 2 days of the G1 Climax. So, we're going to talk about that right now. So let's start with the A block. Alright, so as you all know, I've always talked about the young lions on this one. So today I'm not going to do that. So let's just start with the wrestlers who are in the A block. First match of that, we have Shingo Takagi facing Jeff Cobb. Now, these are two of the most powerful hitters that New Japan has. So far, Shingo and Jeff Cobb lost their respective matches last week. So today they face off together. Now, you probably ask yourself that maybe this is one of those matches where Shingo Takagi may gain some points. But as you know, these are two of the competitors that had zero. But man, this is one of those hard-hitting matches that you don't want to miss out. So it was a great match, and I enjoyed how Shingo Takagi is a very powerful powerhouse, but Jeff Cobb is one of those powerhouses you know for a fact you don't want to miss. So the way this ended is when Jeff Cobb pulled the Isle of Samoa on Shingo, picking up his first G1 victory on this one, and Shingo Takagi remained at 0, and Jeff Cobb gained his first 2 points. So basically, it's a little too early to speculate about his chances to continue on, but let's move on to the next match. Next one, we have this one is a bit of a rivalry between these two guys. We have Yujiro Takahashi versus the leader of Chaos, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Now, you ask yourselves, this is kind of bizarre to see those two face off each other many times over. This is not the first time they come across. If you guys are new to the channel, you ask what's the story between them. As you all know, Yujiro Takahashi cost the IWGP Heavyweight title from Okada when he joined the Bullet Club, allowing AJ Styles to win. But this is one of those matches you know that Okada was going to win. Now, as you know, Okada was unsuccessful last week against Kota Ibushi. So did Yujiro Takahashi when he faced the Assassin, Will Ospreay. But this one was a great match to the watch. Of course, Okada, as being the Rainmaker that he is, he brought it home. He took out Yujiro, gaining his first 2 points on this G1, and Yujiro remained at 0. Now, the next match, this one was one of those matches that you know for a fact you don't want to miss. This is between two members of Suzuki-gun, Taichi and the leader, Minoru Suzuki. Now, this is one of those matches where it became a tense rivalry. Some of you fans saying, why is it becoming a rivalry? Let's go back to a year ago. As you know, every year they always announce who's going to be joining the G1. Now, last year was a very bizarre maneuver. Taichi last year felt that he was being disrespected for not being part of the G1. Now, originally Taichi was a junior heavyweight, but later he started the transition from junior heavyweight to heavyweight, and he threatened New Japan that he's going to hurt someone if he doesn't get in. So they did, but in the process, they excluded Minoru Suzuki out. Now, in this case, Minoru Suzuki hasn't forgotten what happened. he was ignored last year thanks to Tai Chi. So I think Minoru felt that Tai Chi was being a punk, that his threats not being in G1 cost him not to be in it. Minoru Suzuki is the kind of guy you know for a fact he refuses to be ignored. His actions are louder than words. But this match was no exception between them. This is more of action in the ring than saying a few words because Minoru Suzuki was willing to do what he can to hurt Taichi for his insolence from last year, from what he did. And man, I never expected this to come about, even in the aftermath of how it ended. It was weird. Taichi won the match, beating Minoru Suzuki. Now, why is that strange? Minoru Suzuki is the kind of guy who refuses to lose, regardless, but he's the kind of guy who never backs down from a fight. So I don't know what's gonna lead to this. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a fight between the leadership of Suzuki-gun, because originally the name Suzuki-gun was known as Kojima-gun when Satoshi Kojima was the leader, and then Minoru Suzuki came and took over, renaming the group Suzuki-gun. So it was kind of bizarre how that changed. But now we get to see this. But Taichi picked up his second victory. Minoru Suzuki lost this one. So basically, he lost. He won his first match on the first day, and Taichi too. But now it's 2 for 2 for Taichi. Now, is New Japan giving him a boost on this? I'm not sure, but I can't wait to see where they're gonna go with it. So hopefully we get to see more expectations from Taichi. Now the next match, we have two Chaos members fighting. We have Will Ospreay and Tomohiro Ishii. Now Will was successful to win his match last week. Tomohiro Ishii wasn't. So this is one of those matches where you see a very powerful powerhouse like Tomohiro Ishii versus a high flyer like Will Ospreay. Now Will Ospreay is a team player, but when it comes to Tomohiro Ishii, it's all about today we're not friends. We're opponents, enemies. We have to fight. That's always been, but you cannot deny Ishii's uh, heavy hitter abilities that he has. Like he tries to throw every punch at Will, but Will dodges it. Uses whatever he has on his arsenal. But the way this ended is when he brought the Stormbringer onto Tomohiro Ishii and picking up his second victory in the G1. Now, you ask yourselves this other question: is he going to be making? I don't know, but I'll explain to you before I end the A block segment here. Now, the next match is the Switchblade Jay White versus Kota Ibushi. Now, Jay White was successful a week ago to win his first match, but however, Kota Ibushi also was. So this is one of those matches where okay, we got one guy who is going to who will get the next 2 points. But man, they threw in a very very good match. I liked the whole thing. He even people were behind Kota Ibushi because he on the other hand is more of the Cinderella story if you guys follow. But that's how it's been with Kota Ibushi. But man, this match was great. But unfortunately, it didn't go Kota Ibushi's way. So he actually lost, and Jay White picked up the victory, and all this and that. Now, you ask yourselves, how would people would advance? Well, that is the very simple. We need to analyze each of the blocks, who could most likely advance in the tournament. Now, from the way I see it, if you got more points right now, it seems like most likely. But if you are a little bit behind, like let's say you're already have maybe one successful match already, but you lost the next one, well, you may have a chance to advance with more points. Now, those who were unsuccessful, who remain at zero, what happens to them? Well, either you don't advance, or however you somehow get lucky and make it before the semifinals. That's how it goes with New Japan. So hope you guys understand this whole scenario. Now, who do I think could advance in the A block? Well, right now I can picture Taichi, Jay White, and possibly maybe this is more of a wild card for me, Will Ospreay. But Kota Ibushi seems like the kind who could catch up and win the whole thing. He actually won last year, so we'll see how that goes. So right now, let's jump in with the B block. All right, so let's continue on with the B block. So as always, I'm gonna skip the Lions Young Lions match because I don't think they're important at this point, but they're good matches to watch if you guys follow it. So right now, let's just jump in with this match. Uh, the first match for the B block, we have Sanada and Hiroki Goto. Now, these are two individuals that were unsuccessful in their last matches. As you all recall, I mentioned Sanada lost embarrassing to Toru Yano. Um, I forgot who did Hiroki Goto lost the last time. Let me look it up on my notes. I still have them. Uh, who did Goto lose last time? Oh yeah, so he lost against Kenta. Now I remember. But this is one of those matches you know for a fact whoever wins could gain some points. Now, so that's how it ends with the whole thing. But don't get me wrong, this match was good. I was so surprised how much this match was gonna be awesome to watch because we have two also heavy hitters on this one. You know, if you follow Sonata's reputation, he's been IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion on multiple occasions. Same thing as a never openweight champion. Never openweight six-man tag team champion, maybe twice or so. Hiroki Goto multiple times as a never openweight champion, and he's currently 1/3 of the never openweight six-man tag team champion. So he's basically the never champion, in my opinion. You know, kind of like the same way um, as Shingo, but you know that's how it is. But man, I was surprised how this match ended. It was going between the two, but of course there has to be a winner. The winner turned out to be Hiroki Goto, so he gains 2 points, and Sanada remains at 0. Next match. Now this is one of those matches I did not expect. It was Toru Yano versus the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, you ask myself, what's so special about this match? If you guys follow Toru Yano, he likes to cheat his way through. He likes to play tricks on people. Doesn't matter who they are, long as he tries to pick up the victory. He's done this many times over. But last year he picked up the. I'm trying to say last time he beat Sanada silly. I did not expect that. But this is one match you know for a fact that he's going to try to find a way to sneak the the sneak one in. So how did this happen? Well, basically, as much as he tries to pull his tricks, he tried to do the same trick what he did with Sanada, telling him to chase him outside the ring. But Hiroshi's not following that line because he knows how much of a trickster Yano is. You know, he figured it out. But the more he tried, but one thing that was funny in this match, he Tanahashi tried to play his own tricks. So what he did is that he covered the eyes of Toru Yano to ensure he's blind, and he used his infamous tape that he always uses to cover it up. So out of nowhere, but somehow he was able. But what happened is, when Toru Yano had the referee in his grasp, the ref did not see what Toru Yano did. He gave him a low blow with the ref not seeing. So he picked up the victory. So it was strange that he picked up the victory while he was blindfolded, thanks to Tanahashi. So I don't think Tanahashi's plan did not go exactly like he thought for a guy like him, because somehow Toru Yano was going to win this match. So it was kind of funny, but it was great. Now, next match, we had Juice Robinson versus Kenta. Now, this match, I kind of figured, okay, Kenta's going to win because he's also a very top striker. Because if you guys seen what he does, you always think, oh, Kenta's going to win this match. He's the most power hitter on this one. That may be true. So, what did I thought about this one? This one was kind of interesting, but at the same time, I'm not sure what it's going to be. Because I'll skip to the end. It was Juice Robinson who picked up this victory. I was surprised. Now, both Juice and Kenta, prior before this match, they both won their respective matches. Kenta beat Goto. Beat Yoshihashi. So that was one of those matches I did not expect. I would have assumed Kenta was going to win, but I'm not sure if Juice Robinson is getting a push for this. He's one of those top stars in New Japan from the foreign section that many fans love to watch, and I'm like, it makes perfect sense. So pay attention to Juice Robinson if you guys follow him. Next match we have Evil along with this master spoiler Dick Togo facing off Yoshihashi. Now, I did not expect Yoshihashi how he put in a lot of fighting into this. He knew what was at stake. No matter what Evil tried to do, he knew Yoshihashi dodged many times over the move he always does, but it was so amazing how Yoshihashi is putting a lot of fight into this. He hasn't been much, relevant at the time, but now he is, and I'm very happy how this whole thing. But frankly, it was spoiled thanks to Master Spoiler himself, Dick Togo, as always, costing Yoshihashi the match, leaving Evil the victory for this one. So he gains 2 points, Yoshihashi 0. Now, main event. This is one I was hoping to see. It's Zack Sabre Jr., who is the current one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, versus the double champion, Tetsuya Naito. These guys have come across themselves on multiple occasions for the last couple years. As you all know, Tetsuya likes to joke with him. He likes to mess with his dad, tell him that tranquilo, all that stuff. But man, it was so amazing to see this match, how it's gonna end. I wasn't sure how it's gonna end, but the outcome, I say, was amazing. Now, Tetsuya Naito is the fan favorite for people to believe he could win the whole thing and win it as being the champion that will pick his opponent for Wrestle Kingdom. That is one of those things we have to pay attention to. So pay attention to Tetsuya Naito, but he picked up the victory so beautifully. I enjoyed it. So that's how it goes. Now, I'll be right back for you guys. I got to get the notes, this point system I created, so you guys can see it. So I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back because we're going to review the points from each of the whole G1, from starting with the A block. Now, right now we have Kota Ibushi with 2 points, Jeff Cobb 2 points, Okada 2 points, Tomohiro Ishii 0, Will Ospreay 4 points, Shingo Takagi 0, Minoru Suzuki 2, Taichi and Jay White both have 4 points, and Yujiro Takahashi 0 points. Now, the ones who have 4 points most likely are the ones that could most likely advance. So don't count them out just yet. So who do I think, in my opinion? Now, those who I can analyze a little bit, who could actually catch up, like those who are mostly be the one with the most points. I see Jay White, Taichi, and Will Ospreay, because they're 3 of the stars right now for this block. But who do I think could catch up? The only two that come in mind, only two that come in mind is Kota Ibushi and Okada. So we'll see about that. So those guys are the ones I believe the way I see it with the A block. Now let's go with the B block on this one. We have Tanahashi, 0 points. Juice Robinson, 4 points. Hiroki Goto, 2 points. Toru Yano, 4 points. Yoshihashi, 0. Tetsuya Naito, 4. Sanada, 0. Zack Sabre Jr., 2. Kenta, 2. Evil, 2. Now, most likely you only have about 3 competitors that currently have more points, and that is Juice Robinson, Toru Yano, and Tetsuya Naito. Now, I did not expect Toru Yano much of this tournament right now for him to have the most points. Mostly we see him, he doesn't make to the finals. He either ends up losing somewhere around the semi or somewhere before it. But this is interesting to see where they're going to go with Toru Yano on this one. Now, who do I think most likely could catch up? Well, The only ones, in my opinion, are the last three on this list: Zack Saber Jr., Kenta, and Evil. They're looks most likely the ones that could catch up. But keep in mind about Kenta, he currently still has the briefcase for the IWGP United States Championship. He has a contract to it, so that means he could get maybe three belts if that's the case. But for now, we'll just keep an eye on Kenta on what he does. Same thing with Zack Saber Jr. and Evil. But pay attention to the ones that mostly have either the most points or those who are maybe halfway through the others that have. We'll just get to see where we're going to go. But hope you guys follow this episode very closely with the G1. We're still going to continue this. The G1 will continue resuming this coming Sunday in Japan. It should be Saturday here when it happens. No, it should be Saturday morning, Sunday morning over there. We'll probably be asleep. But for now, let's just follow it up. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. I must bid all of you adieu. So stay tuned. I may throw in another episode later. But for now, I'm doing this. So must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.